House will come to order. Those persons not having privilege of the floor will please vacate the chamber. All members and guests in the galleries will please rise as we are led in prayer today by Bishop Cowden, guest the gentleman from the 88th District, Delegate Hillenbrand.
Let us pray. Gracious and loving God, we come before you in the name of Jesus Christ, who taught us to love our neighbors and to seek the good of all. We give you thanks for this day and for all people who serve this state in this place. Grant those gathered here the wisdom that listens before it speaks, the courage that seeks the common good, and the humility that remembers that all authority is given in trust. Guide our legislatures, O Lord, in the work set before them. Shape their decisions with patience and care, that they may be marked by fairness, compassion, and a deep concern for the well-being of every neighbor. We ask your blessing upon those who are most vulnerable, the poor, the sick, the young, and the old, and upon all whose lives are affected by the choices made here today. When the way forward is uncertain, be our guide. When disagreement threatens to divide, draw us back to what unites us. And when fear tempts us toward hardness of heart, renew us in love. Bless the work of this day, O God, that it may serve the cause of peace, the dignity of every person, and the good of this common life. Amen.
Please remain standing as we are led in the Pledge of Allegiance today by the gentleman from the 88th District, Delegate Hillenbrand.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. If you'd all please join me in paying respect to our flag. I pledge allegiance
to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Members and guests may be seated. Reading of the Journal.
Journal of the House of Delegates, January 30th, 2020.
Gentleman to 28, Delegate Browning.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. I ask unanimous consent that the further reading of the journal be dispensed with and that it be approved as having been read.
Gentleman to 28th, ask unanimous consent that further reading of the journal be dispensed with and that it be approved as having been read. Are there objections? Are there objections? No objections are heard. Ladies and gentlemen, before we begin with introductions today, let's please make welcome back our colleague, the Vice Chairman of the Committee on Government Organization, Doug Smith. Introductions. Gentleman to 50th, Delegate Pritt.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. I have several introductions this morning. I have two of my students paging with us today from Oak Hill High School, Miss Kara Smith and Miss Kaylee Lesher, and they're escorted by family members somewhere in the gallery. I also have several constituents here today representing A Place to Grow. They're here advocating for child care funding and policies that will help them grow their business and offer child care options to people in our area and employers that really desperately need that. So I hope that you make them feel welcome today. Thank you very much.
Gentleman from the 44th, Delegate Roop.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Today I would like to give a warm welcome to a page that I have here, Miss Allison Ash, and along with her in the West Gallery is her mother, Amy Ash, and a younger brother. Make them feel welcome.
Gentleman from the 42nd, Delegate Jordan.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. It is my privilege today to introduce a constituent from my district. This amazing lady is a third grade teacher at Crescent Elementary. She is the Women's Ministry Director for the Appalachian Ministry Network of the Assemblies of God. She is the mother of 3 incredible adult children and the grandmother of 2 wonderful grandchildren. It is because of her grace, strength, and love that I'm able to stand here today, and I'm honored to be her husband. Would you welcome my wife, Stephanie, in the South Gallery?
Gentleman from the 25th, Douglas Hornbuckle.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. I have a couple of pages here with me today. First, if they would stand, I have Lewis Arnold, who just ran somewhere. He is from Huntington Middle School. His father is in the South Gallery. Aaron Arnold, please stand up. I also have Mr. Trey Simmons, who is from Barbersville Middle School. Please rise. His mother is here with us today in the South Gallery. Miss Ashley Simmons, please stand up. House, please make them feel welcome.
Lady from the 56th, Douglas Young.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Good morning, everyone. I am proud to be joined by two pages today that are running around. I've got Anika Aurora from Cabell Midland High School. She's a junior. If she could stand up and give everyone a wave this Monday. And I've also got Adeline Young, no relation, from Dunbar Middle School. She's in the 8th grade. And like my friend from Fayette said, it is Child Care Day here at the legislature. So hopefully you guys will all meet all of your child care folks who are running around. We've got child care centers closing left and right in West Virginia. So hopefully we can get some legislation passed on that this year. So thanks for being here.
Lady from the 71st, Douglas Kimball.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Good morning, everyone. I draw your attention to the West Gallery, and I have some students from Bridgeport High School FFA here, and if they would please stand when I call their names. We have Chloe Ludwig, Micah Barnett, Gracie Burdett, Abby Oldacre, Lauren Stone, Caden Cox, and their instructor, Mr. Justin Arnold. Please give them a warm welcome and say, we're really glad to have you here. Thank you.
Gentleman from the 89th, Douglas Cannon.
Good morning, everybody. Thank you, Mr. Speaker. I'm not sure if the gentleman has made his way into the gallery yet, but certainly worth mentioning a very distinguished gentleman from the oldest county, Commissioner Davy Parker, a commissioner of 12 years, a colleague, a friend, and a major contributor to farming, community, family. Also, our FFA from Hampshire is here in the Capitol, but would you please join me in giving them a warm welcome, even if they're not here? Thank you.
From the 66th, Douglas Kyle.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Joining us in the North Gallery, we have Tiger Valley High School FFA members. We've got Thomas Mathis, Drew Arbogast, Macy Bell, Adriana Anderson, and their very dedicated leader, Mr. Lee Wright. So please join me in making them feel welcome.
Gentleman from the 66th, from the 68th, Douglas Phillips.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. I'm proud to announce we have a page with us today from the heart of West Virginia in Barber County. Mr. Trip Warner from the Classical Conversations Homeschool, whose oratory skills would put most in this chamber to shame, I am sure. And he is escorted today by his grandfather in the North Gallery and our Secretary of State, Secretary Chris Warner.
Gentleman from the 23rd, Douglas Worrell.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Good morning. I have a couple pages here I'd like to announce from our little neck of the woods in Salt Rock, West Virginia. First, we have Sadie Chapman, who is here. She's a homeschooler, and with her is her friend Avery Job. They were brought here today by their mother, Brittany Job, who's in the North Gallery, and she is with a couple of her colleagues, Mitch Hawley and Gracie Graves. They're here for Child Care Day. If they would all stand in the House, will please make them feel welcome.
Gentleman from the 77th, Douglas Statler.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. It is my honor and privilege to announce a special guest that we have joining us in the chamber here today, Mr. Woody Ireland. And please remember that Mr. Woody brought dinners for us all the back of the chamber back there. So would everyone please make our former colleague welcome.
Gentleman 98, Douglas Funkhauser.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. We have a number of folks from Jefferson County here today, and on behalf of the Jefferson delegation, please make them feel welcome as I call them. Please stand as I recognize you. We have from the Washington FFA, advisors Caitlin Grantham and Jay Errol, along with 16 members. From the Shepherdstown Middle FFA, we have advisor Riley Brown, along with 5 members. And we also have the Deputy Superintendent of Instruction for Jefferson County Schools with us, Ian Hillman. Please make them feel welcome.
Gentleman from the 76, I got Garcia.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. I have a page here from St. Albans. Katie Phillips here to page for me today. But I'd like to remember everybody, she's been doing this since she has been in the 6th grade, and I am the last one on her totem pole. So let's give her a warm welcome. Katie and her mom's here with her.
Other introductions? If not, standing committee reports.
Your Committee on Energy and Public Works had under consideration House Bill 4696, authorizes the Department of Environmental Protection to deposit funds granted pursuant to federal programs. The report same back with recommendation that do pass.
Report will be received.
Your Committee on the Judiciary has had under consideration House Bill 4606, relating to the meaning of residence for the purpose of bail, and reports committee substitute back, therefore, with recommendation the committee substitute do pass.
Report will be received. Other standing committee reports, select committee reports, executive messages, Senate messages.
The Clerk of the Senate announces that the Senate has passed Senate Bill 208, exempting certain military records from public release.
The message will be received and the bill will be referred to the Committee on the Judiciary. Other Senate messages, resolutions, petitions, bills introduced.
House Bill 5015, relating to the Respiratory Care Interstate Compact.
Gentleman the first.
Mr. Speaker, I ask unanimous consent to further reading of bills introduced be dispensed with, and each bill will be considered as having been formally introduced and referred to the appropriate committees as indicated on the Chamber Automation System.
The gentleman from the first asked unanimous consent that the further reading of bills introduced be dispensed with, and that each bill be considered as having been formally introduced and referred to the appropriate committee as indicated on the Chamber Automation System. Are there objections? There are no objections heard. Motions. Unfinished business. Bills on third reading.
House Bill 4036, relating to stricter enforcement for parking in a handicapped designated spot.
The question before the House is, shall the bill pass? Are there objections to having the bill explained in lieu of having the bill read? No objections are heard. The gentleman from the 75th, Delegate Mallow, is recognized to explain the bill.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. House Bill 4036 amends Chapter 17C, Article 13, Section 6, to increase penalties for the misuse of accessible parking credentials and spaces, including higher fines for fraudulent placards or plates, illegal fabrication of sale of credentials, and improper use of accessible parking areas, with enhanced penalties for repeat offenses. The bill also requires the Commissioner of the Division of Motor Vehicles to establish a public awareness program explaining accessible parking laws, penalties for violations, how to report offenses, and the real-life impacts on people with disabilities. According to the fiscal note, the program will be implemented using existing resources and is not expected to have any fiscal impact. That's a summarization of the bill, and I urge passage.
The question again before the House is, shall the bill pass? Is there debate on the bill? Gentleman from the 94th, Dr. Kumps, recognized.
Permission to speak, Mr. Speaker?
The gentleman is recognized.
Great googly moogly. I am so pleased and proud to co-sponsor this legislation. Essentially, I'm concerned about the complacency, even the callous and cruel behavior on the chuckleheads that just don't pay attention to the handicapped parking signs. Most of the people I've talked to about it say, well, I was in a hurry. I was only there for a couple minutes. And what difference does it make? Let me tell you 2 stories about that. One, within a week or so ago, my beloved and bodacious wife, Cheryl, who is now permanently disabled, has to walk with a walker, was at the pharmacy. She had to drive over to Walmart to pick up some prescriptions. And there was some yahoo that was straddling 3 handicapped parking spots. So she pulled up and politely said, do you mind moving? I'm handicapped. Well, he cussed her out, refused to move. She talked to the Walmart manager. They went out, and finally, with much huffing and puffing, he left. But the other story I want to tell you happened many years ago. I was at the Falling Waters Post Office, which is a tiny little post office in Berkeley County. And There was a couple empty spaces. I was parked in one of them, and there was somebody that in the handicap spot that wasn't handicapped. And as I pulled up, I saw a man with a handicap tag on his car pull up, and I said, "There's a space over here." And he just smiled, nodded, and pulled up right behind, bumper to bumper, to the guy in the handicap spot. And then he made his slow way in with a walker to get his mail. Well, a couple minutes later, the man who was in that spot came out all swollen up like a hoppy toad, upset. "I'm in a hurry. Who's blocking my space?" I didn't say anything, but I sat and watched. A couple minutes ago, the handicapped man hobbled out, and the guy approached him, really upset. He just smiled, walked over to his car with his walker, got in his car, and drove away. I thought that was poetic justice. For sure and for certain, please vote for this bill.
Is there further debate on the bill? If not, does the gentleman from the 75th wish to close debate on the bill? Debate on the bill has been closed. The question before the House is, shall the bill pass? Those in favor of passage of the bill will please vote aye. Those opposed will please vote no. The clerk will prepare the machine. Has every member voted? If so, the clerk will please close the machine and ascertain the result. On that question, we had 96 ayes, 0 nays, and 3 members absent. A majority of the members having voted in the affirmative, the chair declares the bill passed. The clerk will please report the title.
House Bill 4036.
Are there title amendments? If not, then the title is read by the clerk will be and remain the title of the bill. The clerk will please communicate the action of the House to the Senate. Next bill on third reading.
Committee substitute for House Bill 4138, relating to persons convicted of a crime.
The question before the House is, shall the bill pass? Are there objections to having the bill explained in lieu of having the bill read? No objections are heard. Gentleman from the 55th, Douglas Akers, is recognized to explain the bill.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. This bill amends existing West Virginia Code to update the Sex Offender Registration Act to include new criminal offenses that require a person after conviction to register as an offender. The specific code provisions that we added to the registry are 61-8B-6, which relates to the crimes of sexual extortion and aggravated sexual extortion, 61-828A, relating to non-consensual disclosure of private intimate images, and 61-832, relating to soliciting of a minor by means other than via computer and soliciting a minor and traveling to engage with a minor in a prohibited sexual activity. It's a brief explanation of the bill, Mr. Speaker. I'll take any questions, and I urge passage.
Question again is, shall the bill pass? Is there debate on the bill? If not, those in favor of passage of the bill will please vote aye. Those opposed will please vote no. The clerk will prepare the machine. Has every member voted? If so, the clerk will please close the machine and ascertain the result on that question. There were 97 ayes, 0 nays, and 2 members absent. A majority of the members having voted in the affirmative, the chair declares the bill passed. The clerk will please report the title.
Committee substitute for House Bill 4138.
Are there title amendments?
Delegate Akers moves to amend the title.
The question before the House is the adoption of the title amendment. Those in favor of adoption of the title amendment will please say aye. Those opposed will please say no. The ayes have it, and the title amendment is adopted. The title as amended by the House will be and remain the title of the bill. The clerk will please communicate the action of the House to the Senate. Further bills on third reading.
Committee substitute for House Bill 4366, relating to military interpersonal violence.
The question before the House is, shall the bill pass? Are there objections to having the bill explained in lieu of having the bill read? No objections are heard. Gentleman from the 55th to explain the bill.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. The committee substitute for House Bill 4366, short title relating to military interpersonal violence, amends West Virginia Code to establish that military protection orders, referenced as MPOs, may be recognized as sufficient evidence in domestic violence emergency protective orders, and requires law enforcement officers to notify the law enforcement agency that entered the MPO so that there may be probable cause to believe that the service member has violated the MPO. And lastly, establishes that the MPO may also constitute sufficient evidence for a temporary personal safety order under state law. It's a brief explanation of the bill, Mr. Speaker. I'll take questions and urge passage.
Is there debate on the bill? If not, again, the question before the House is, shall the bill pass? Those in favor of passage of the bill will vote aye. Those opposed will vote no. The clerk will prepare the machine. Has every member voted? If so, the clerk will please close the machine and ascertain the result on this question. We had 97 ayes, 0 nays, and 2 members absent. A majority of the members having voted in the affirmative, the chair declares the bill passed. The clerk will please report the title.
Committee substitute for House Bill 4366.
Are there title amendments?
Delegate Akers moves to amend the title.
The question is on the adoption of the title amendment. Those in favor of adoption of the title amendment will please say aye. Those opposed will please say no. The ayes have it, and the chair declares the title amendment adopted. The title as amended by the House will be and remain the title of the bill. The clerk will please communicate the action of the House to the Senate. Are there further bills on third reading? If not, bills on second reading.
Committee substitute for House Bill 4137, updating the West Virginia Law Institute.
Are there amendments? If not, the bill to be advanced.
House Bill 4629, relating to medical cessation treatment and research.
Are there amendments? If not, the bill to be advanced.
Committee substitute for House Bill 4740, statutory commitment in Rural Health Transformation Program.
Are there amendments? If not, the bill to be advanced.
House Bill 4951, requiring MDs and DOs to complete continuing education.
Are there amendments? If not, the bill to be advanced. Are there other bills on second reading? If not, bills on first reading.
Committee substitute for House Bill 4004, relating to the creation of the Recharge West Virginia program.
The bill to be advanced.
Committee substitute for House Bill 4456, relating to clarification of a law enforcement agency and cooperation between law enforcement agencies and personnel of states bordering the state.
Bill to be advanced.
Committee substitute for House Bill 4484 to allow county commissioners to have the same flexibility to sell or lease property as municipalities.
Bill to be advanced. Are there other bills on first reading? If not, leaves of absence. Gentleman the first.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. For our colleagues, Delegates Levitt and Hanson.
Are there objections to leaves of absence being granted? No objections are heard. Those leaves of absence will be granted. Introductions. Gentleman the 80th, Delegate Williams.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. In the West Galleries, Williams that was on time today, my dad, Jacques Williams. If he was please stand and if the House would give him a warm welcome.
Gentleman from the 28th, Delegate Browning.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. I am pleased to announce that, sponsored by the West Virginia Academy of Family Physicians and celebrating the 37th anniversary of Doc of the Day program, our family doctor today is Dr. Louis West. If you could rise and make him feel welcome.
Are there further introductions? If not, miscellaneous business. Gentleman the first.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. I move, subject to announcements, the House adjourn until tomorrow, 11 a.m., Tuesday, February 3rd.
Are there announcements? Gentleman the first.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Your Rules Committee will meet tomorrow, 10:45 a.m. in the Speaker's Conference Room.
Gentleman from 72nd, Delegate Riley.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. There are several announcements for your Finance Committee. Your Subcommittee on Revenue will meet tomorrow morning, February 3rd at 8:30 a.m. in the Finance Committee room for committee meeting. The agenda is posted. Your Committee on Finance will meet tomorrow morning, February 3rd at 9 a.m. in the Finance Committee room for a budget hearing from the DEP and the West Virginia Lottery. Your Subcommittee on Banking and Insurance will meet tomorrow, February 3rd at 1 p.m. in the Finance Committee room. The agenda will be posted. And lastly, your Subcommittee on Revenue will meet again tomorrow, February 3rd at 5 p.m. in the House Finance Committee room. The agenda will be posted. Thank you, Mr. Speaker.
Gentleman from the 41st, Delegate Maynor.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Your Subcommittee on Legal Services will meet immediately following the floor session in the Judiciary Committee room. Your Judiciary Committee and subcommittees will meet on Tuesday, February 3rd in the Judiciary Committee room. For tomorrow, the Committee on Judiciary will meet at 9 a.m. Republican members of the committee will caucus in the chairman's office at 8:45 a.m. Subcommittee on Courts will meet at 9:45 a.m. Subcommittee on Homeland Security will meet at 10 a.m. And Subcommittee on Legal Services will meet at 10:15 a.m. All agendas will be posted. Thank you.
Gentleman from the 39th, Delegate Smith.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Your Standing Committee on Government and Organization will meet today at 1 p.m. in the Government and Organization Committee room. The agenda is posted. Republicans will caucus at 12:45 in the chair's office. Your Subcommittee on Agriculture, Commerce, and Tourism will meet today at 2 p.m. in the Government and Organization Committee room. The agenda is posted. Your Subcommittee on Local Government will meet tomorrow at 1 p.m. in the Government Organization Committee room. The agenda is posted. Republicans will caucus in the chair's office at 12:45. And last, your Subcommittee on Government Administration will meet tomorrow at 2 p.m. in the Government Organization Committee room. The agenda will be posted, and Republicans will caucus in the chair's office at 1:45. Thank you, Mr. Speaker.
Gentleman from the 92nd, Douglas Height.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Your Committee on Health and Human Resources will meet today, February 2nd, at 3:30 p.m. Republican members will caucus at 3 p.m. Also, your Committee on Health and Human Resources will meet tomorrow, February 3rd, at 3:30 p.m. Republican members will caucus at 3 p.m., and your Subcommittee on Human Services will meet Tuesday, February 3rd at 4:30 p.m. The agenda will be posted for all. Thank you, Mr. Speaker.
Gentleman from the 43rd, Delegate Tony.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Your Standing Committee on Education will meet today at 1:30 in the Education Committee Room. The agenda is posted. Your Subcommittee on Public Education will meet tomorrow, February the 3rd, at 1 p.m. in the Education Committee Room. The agenda will be posted. Also, your Subcommittee on Educational Choice will meet tomorrow, February the 3rd, at 1:40 in the Education Committee Room, and the agenda will be posted. Your Subcommittee on Higher Education will meet tomorrow, February the 3rd, at 2:20 in the Education Committee Room, and the agenda will be posted. Thank you, Mr. Speaker.
Gentleman from the 2nd, Douglas Teslo.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Your Committee on Energy and Public Works will meet today, February 2nd, in the House Judiciary Committee Room at 3 p.m. Also, your Subcommittee on Environment, Infrastructure, and Technology will meet tomorrow, February 3rd, in the House Judiciary Committee Room at 3 p.m. The agendas are posted. Thank you.
Gentleman from the 88th, Douglas Hillenbrand.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. The Farm Bureau and the Farm Credit folks have generously brought us a lunch today. If you'd like, they're in the back of the chamber. Also, a reminder of their invitation to a Taste of West Virginia reception tonight, 6 p.m. at the Marriott Town Center, sponsored by the Farm Bureau and the West Virginia Forestry Association.
Lady from the 81st, Douglas Hamilton.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. The Women's Caucus will meet today at 12 p.m. in 330 West. All women are invited and lunch will be provided. Thank you.
Are there further announcements? If not, the question is on the motion that the House adjourn at 11 a.m. tomorrow. Those in favor of the motion, please say aye. Those opposed, please say no. The ayes have it. The motion is adopted. The House is adjourned at 11 a.m. tomorrow.